This is a Honda NT50. It's called Mini Melody. I believe this one is from 1984 or 85, I'm not sure. This is usually driven by my girlfriend. She's not very tall, so it's perfect height for her. It's a very light moped, and it's super handy. It doesn't turn on. It does eventually, when you kickstart it enough, it does turn on, but you need to kick it a lot of times. The reason why it doesn't turn on right now is because I haven't turned on the key. If I did turn on the key, it would start pretty much immediately because I'm filming this in reverse order. I lost the footage that I did yesterday where I kicked it a lot of times, showing the error it had. I can't really replicate it now because I've fixed it. So it does start now. The problem it did have was I could kick it 20 times with full choke, and eventually it would start. Once it did start, it would need to run with a full choke for a good 5 minutes. Then I could slowly turn off the choke and start riding the moped, or my girlfriend could. And it would be running very good in the engine, really smooth. It seemed to be running slightly better with partial choke on, just a little bit of choke, and it would be perfect. Without choke, it would hesitate a bit. It would be slow uphill. It would struggle a bit. It wouldn't be very fast. It was lacking power. So the slow start and the lack of power made me consider maybe the jetting was a bit too small on it. The original air filter was destroyed, so I have replaced the air filter with just some material I found around. So the restriction in the air filter might not be the right one for the jetting. So what you're gonna see now is me trying to figure out why it was so very difficult to start, and it led me down a rabbit hole and up again. But I think it's fixed now, so enjoy the video and see what's wrong. The first thing I'm going to check is that the float bowl is full of petrol. If it doesn't have enough, or if there's something wrong with the delivery from the fuel tank, this will cause a problem. I'm pretty sure that the choke circuit is working, so first thing will be to check the fuel delivery to the carburetor. These are all the bolts that I need to remove in order to take away the side panels here. 4 from the luggage carrier here, and 2 in the front. This is what I wanted to check. The fuel delivery goes directly here. I thought there might be some kind of a vacuum system opening a valve here, but that's not. It's just a direct delivery from the petcock directly to the carburetor. So there's really not much that can go wrong here. So I'm certain that the delivery is okay. So I'm sure there's fuel in the carburetor. Let's take apart the carburetor. I'm noticing some oil down here. Not sure why that is. I need to dig further into that because it's also dripping a tiny amount of oil on my garage floor. I thought it came from the gearbox, the transmission down here, but I'm not so sure. It looks wet down here. I can see it's wet underneath, so it may be coming from up here, a bad seal on the carburetor. I'm just going to test the flow from the fuel tank in a cup. Yeah, this is nice steady flow here. So this is not our issue. Let's have a look at the carburetor. The carburetor bowl looks clean. Let's have a look at the main jet. It's not clogged. I don't see any problems here in the seat and with the needle. They look They look fine. Where is the needle? There it is. I'm just going to push some compressed air through this passage. I don't think there's a problem here. It also doesn't translate very well that once the moped has started, it's running really, really, really good. Maybe a slightly low on power. It's running like 29 kilometers per hour and a bit hesitant uphill. So I don't think it's something to do with the fuel delivery here. So I'm just going to put that back together. This is a dead end. Yeah, that's the same as before. I want to turn this in to see how many turns it takes. So see where we're at. That's a half. Almost one. Almost one. Okay. It's not easy to see. Let's blow this can as well. Okay, something flew out. I have some old jets from another project. I can't see the sizes on them. For some reason it's not printed on them. So that's a bit challenging. The one right here is the one from the moped. And I have this very small drill bit set, and I found one which is called size 0.5-ish, something like that. And this just fits through the existing one. And it just fits through this one as well, as you can see. So they're the same size. This one doesn't fit, and this one can take a drill bit quite a bit larger. So this is larger, this is the same size, and this is smaller. I think I would like to go up to the large one and assemble the carburetor with this jet, knowing it's probably too big, and see what it does to it. So I'm going to use this one instead. I've put in the idle mixture screw. It is now fully seated. So that's one, that's two. This is not an air screw because it's on the engine side. If it had been over here, it would be an air screw where if you turn it out, it will give more air. In this case, when you turn it out, it'll give it more fuel, which is what I need for it to start easier. So even though it's 1 out now, I think I would like to try to go out 1.5 and see if that changes anything. This carburetor is not equipped with a traditional choke. It has an enricher instead. So where a choke is a butterfly that chokes the engine, meaning restricting the airflow, hence enriching the mixture. This does the opposite. It keeps the same airflow, but it adds more fuel by a lever. I've just opened the fuel to fill up the bowl. Right, let's put the lift down and test it out. I am putting the choke lever fully open now. So opening the enricher. Nope. Let me try to give it a full turn more. Nope. Nope. Still very hard to start. Let's go in full, half, 1. Try and give it a bit of throttle here. Normally you can't adjust a cold engine, you have to wait for it to warm up. But I'm just going to try and give it a half more here. It's not really happy, is it? I ended up lying to you before, saying that I would use the larger jet. I didn't. I used the jet that it already had, deciding I would only want to change one variable at a time, because I saw something fly out when I cleaned this circuit. I don't know if it was in there, I just saw something shoot out. So in order not to change this setting, perhaps removing junk from some passages and changing the jet at the same time, not knowing what I had fixed it, I stuck to the original jet. But now I'm going to change it because I didn't like the way it started. So I'm gonna switch the jet out to the bigger jet. I still don't know the size of the other jet. I just know that it's bigger. So let's see if the engine hates it or if it likes it. Okay, this time it's the bigger jet. Back to the original setting, one turn out. I am not going to use the enricher for now. Let's see what this does. Oh, I forgot to turn on the fuel. Right, that should do it. I'm not going to use the enricher now. Seems a bit heavier now. I'll run it up to temperature and bring you back. Why is there oil in the air filter? And why is my homemade air filter soaking wet? Shouldn't be oil in here. I think we should check the membranes in the intake and see if they are sealing correct. Problem is that this fastener here is some kind of a security fastener. It's not just a hex bolt. It's it has this groove that kind of looks it's only supposed to be fastened and not unfastened. Let me think about that for a minute. The only way I can get to this boat is by drilling it. And by drilling it, I need access to the drill, so I need to remove the fuel tank, the oil container, and the battery box, and this strut. This should give me the access, but it's turning into a bigger job now. This is hardened. It's gonna take forever to drill this out. I'm not having any luck with this boat here. I can't drill it. I can't get the angle right, and these raised sections that is to prevent tampering, so you can only tighten the bolt. They keep dragging and grabbing the drill bit, so I can't drill it as it is. I can't punch it. I can't really get to it, so I'm gonna try to weld a nut to it instead, hoping that this gives me just enough leverage to remove it. It's pretty far down there. It's 13. Something's happening, I'm not sure what. It's just a nut, isn't it? No, it is turning. I did not expect that to work first try. I mean, it was just on there. I tried driving it out with a punch. I tried everything, but it just wouldn't let go. And a bit of heat and a nut later. Yeah, it's kind of hot still. Ouch, ouch, you're not going back. There we go. The second one is more easy. That's just a normal boat. Okay, let me just clean a bit before opening up down to the reeds. Unfortunately, the reed valve looks in perfect condition. There is no leak here, there's no gap, there's no light if I look from beneath towards the light. So unfortunately, this is not the culprit. It seats perfectly. So it's not letting out air that way. There we go. Let's go to the table and have a look another time at the carburetor. I've lined up the jets. This is the smallest, this is the largest. The engine was not happy with this jet. This was the original jet that was in it. If I use my drill bit here, I can see this one is marked as 0.7 and it fits even with a bit of slop in this big jet. It does not fit here at all. If I take the one next to it, this is 0.65 and this also doesn't fit. This one is 0.6 and this just fits. Kind of loose, but it does fit. So I expect this jet to be somewhere between 0.6 and 0.65. It's not a 0.65 because I can't fit the 0.65, which is this one. Oops. It won't go in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sacrifice one of these jets and drill it up to 0.65. Okay, my drill bit kind of broke when it went through, but it does pass through now. So this was 0.65. I think I messed it up here. This must be 0.7 then. This is 0.65. So if I have done this correct, then the 0.7 will pass through this, which it does, but it won't pass through this, which it doesn't. So it's somewhere slightly above 0.65. So this is the jet. This is now 0.65. Let's try and fit this and see how happy the engine is. The handle's back together. Let's start her up, take her for a drive and see how she reacts. I'm back to the basic setting with one turnout on the idle mixture screw. It is a 0.65 jet, the one I've drilled. So smaller than the last time where it was, I don't know, above 0.7. So the jetting is somewhere between the original and the one it wasn't happy about last time. I just came home from a trip. It ran great until it didn't. I was just inside the garage. The idle was a bit high, so I was going for my screwdriver and then it just cut out and now I can't start it again. So I need to go inside the carburetor again. Maybe it's clogged. Let's verify that it is starving for fuel. It is not starving for fuel. Spark? What happened? That's it. It's running very well now. It's very hot, the engine, and it's running perfect. Just took it for a test drive. It's very responsive uphill, just as I wanted. Let's see tomorrow when it's cooled down how easy it is to start. It is now the next morning. The engine is completely cold. All engines are different, so the starting procedure for this one will be different from what I know. I've changed the jetting, I've changed the idle mixture screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the key, give it full choke, turn on the fuel, not touch the throttle, and see if it starts. Yeah. So full choke, turn the key, and see if it starts. Nope. I'm just going to switch it to reserve tank just to be absolutely sure it's not lacking fuel. It's a bit low. Oh, it was just out of fuel. It's behaving as expected now. The enricher, the choke is doing what it's supposed to. I can raise the idle. It reacts to the choke as I would expect it to do. It didn't do that before. So I think this is good. I'm gonna start it up later today when it's cold to make sure it's working. Otherwise, I would consider this done.